Colorado Regions A32 back again with another What's in the Box. This one is not a secret because it actually says what it is on it. Minis. I figured since we just looked at a box that is full of jumbo decks, why not look at one that is full of mini decks? And you saw how many jumbo decks I had. It wasn't that many, at least not in that box. There might be more somewhere else. Well, this is full of mini decks, so you can imagine how many there's going to be in that one. It's going to be quite a bit. And I actually have, and yes, I do have that camera, but I don't actually use it because I used to use it to record some videos, but it never seemed to autofocus, and I just got tired of it and started using my phone. Anyway, before we look at what's in this box, which is mini decks, I got a couple extra ones here outside that I just got pretty recently. The first is the Eye of the Ocean Windwatcher from the second Eye of the Ocean deck, and the other one also from Stockholm 17 and Penguin Magic, the Oddfellows mini deck, which is really nice little decks. So let's see what's in this box and see if I can find a way to fit these in here at some point in time. So first of all, we have Bicycle Black Tiger from Illusionist. Yes, once upon a time, Illusionist used to do mini decks. Speaking of which, we also have the mini Artifice decks. Green, red, white, purple, and blue. Very nice. Then we have a, I guess, turquoise mini riderback. Is it turquoise? Yeah, I would say so. Pretty cool. And this one's actually, and get the card back in the box. This was actually made for international playing cards in Canada, hence the French, so yeah. Then I got this one, another Bicycle Riderback that has this, again, turquoise back, but it was like green and I think blue faces. Then we have a mini wheels deck, the training wheels, I believe it was called, from Art of Play. Then we have a mini Alchemist deck, which was from, designed by Stephen Rooks. This was from a journal company that no longer exists, hasn't existed for a number of years, but I forget the name. Darn it. And I got more of those in here somewhere as well. We also have, I also have, not we, the mini Tenebra decks, which were from 4PM Designs, the Aqua, Rosso, and the Verde. Very nice. Other from a Kickstarter. This box must stay open. There we go. Then, speaking of Kickstarter, I also have a mini Alien Ink decks from Galaxy Designs. Art by Raven, I guess. I really like this one, even though the designers were dirtbags who ripped off a lot of customers. Fortunately, I wasn't one of them. But this is one of their older designs. This is the second edition of the Galaxy deck, is what it's called, or the Alien. Alien Ink is the company, actually. This is the Galaxy deck, second edition, and it's a mini-sized version. I may or may not still have the full-size versions. I think I still do. Then we have a couple of the more recent mini riderbacks from Bicycle. BicycleCards.com. I think these are, yeah, about 8 years ago at this point. Then we have a mini grid deck from 4PM Designs. It doesn't even have a design tucker, so just like, here's a mini deck. Then we have a vintage one here, the Tom Thumb Jr. deck. This is the back design. It's a vintage one that I got on Kickstarter. It's from Arco Playing Cards. Speaking of vintage, I also have a Playtime deck, which is, again, from USPCC. That's the back design. It's a one-way, if you're wondering. Then I got some mini tally holes. Riderback, or not riderback, circleback. Got them all mixed up. Very nice. Pretty hard to find, I do believe. back to Illusionist, we have a mini rounders in black, the only color they released. And I have the mini limited edition deck, LTD deck, in red. Again, the only color they released. Maybe Illusionist needs to go back to mini decks. I don't know. Then I have a mini Coca-Cola deck. What is the back design on this one? I probably got this in combination with like another deck on eBay or something. There we go. It's the back design. Always Coca-Cola. Actually, I prefer Pepsi, but sometimes it's Coca-Cola. Not always. Then, speaking of Alien Ink, we also have a mini flowers deck. Another one of their designs. I mean, they're pretty nice designs. Just the creators, not so good. Then I have some more Riderbacks. These are older ones. I don't remember when they come out, but those are the 404s. Then we have a Raven Mini in red, designed by Stockholm 17. Put that by Caroline Raven. Then we have Mini Agenda in black and white. Very cool little decks. These are from, designed by Fundamental, put up by Flagrant Agenda, which I think disappeared. They were from Kickstarter. I have more vintage Riderbacks here in red. This one actually is one that says DOS Rider. So this is a Canadian version. This one is the US version, USPCC. And this one is going to say International Playing Card Company, Canada. Then we have the Ultimate Universe, which was another deck here, mini version. StubbornSideburn.com. Interesting. It's actually from Gambler's Warehouse, one of their projects. I have a mini foil in red. It's got kind of a Christmassy look to it, I do think, like a color scheme. Yeah, red and green faces. I was actually trying to get it, like this orange one I saw on eBay recently, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. Damn seller's not shipping to Canada, like we're that far away from America. Like, seriously. Anyway, moving on, another vintage one here. This is a Sam, the Olympic Eagle, made for the U.S. Olympics in 1984, mini size. I think I also have a regular size one. Then we have Explorers, which I think was another one from Gamblers. Oh no, this is from Card Experiment. Interesting. Mini size one of those. We have another Raven mini deck. Very cool. Foily. Are the cards foily? I don't recall. And it's almost didn't want to open. The cards are not foily, unfortunately, but the box is so far the only foiled mini deck box that I've seen. So, way to go, Lorenzo. Then we have the Parlor mini deck. This is designed by Lorenzo Gaziotto as well. It's for Gentleman Wake, actually printed by Cartamundi, apparently. Apparently there might be more Parlor decks coming soon. Then we got some more random Kickstarter ones. These are based on some bicycle decks. I forget the name. It's from a creator, Nick, I want to say is his name, who also screwed backwards on his last two projects, myself included. And these, I mean, they didn't even design the tuck cases, just whatever. Speaking of, again, another one, another grid. This is, I think, the 2.0 version from 4PM Designs. I'm glad they stopped doing that, where it's like, here's a mini deck. We're not going to design the box, but here it is. Charge you $18 for a mini deck with no design on the tuck case. Then we have the Regal mini decks. And these were also from, designed by John Powell, and they were put up by Gambler's Warehouse alongside of regular sized, poker sized decks. They're very nice. Then I got some more hoils, some hoils here, some red and blue standard mini hoils. Oh, back to Illusionist, we have an Arcane deck, Black Arcane. We have a mini boss deck. This is from Sinise Chaba. And This is the Platinum Edition. Oh, it's number 2. 302 out of 500. From Guru Playing Cards. Actually, in a previous video, I was talking about some of his decks and not knowing what happened to him. Last I checked, actually, recently I looked, and apparently there is some, he's apparently working on a new design, so here's what it is. Then we have another little mini Coke deck. Another vintage deck, the Fauntleroy, which is from the USPCC. Let's see what that one looks like. And, oh, very cool. Very interesting. Also vintage. Then we have a Purple Wonder deck, which has some nice embossing to it. And numbered out of 250. One of the only embossed mini decks I think I have. Embossed tuck cases. Also, a mini Paisley deck from Dutch Card House Company. We have a mini Zombie Riders from Home Run Playing Cards, which is still trying to plus interesting decks out on Kickstarter, but not working. Also from Home Run, I have a 8-bit deck, really cool. Another Raven deck. This is the Purple Mini. A few more left. We have a Fuchsia Mini, which is really cool, and a Green Mini. This one actually is for international playing cards, Canadian, and this one is not. So you'll find minis on eBay and stuff like that. Some are USPCC, some are international playing cards. Then there's this one, the Bicycle Supreme Mini from Supreme, yay. And then I have another Green Mini. This one again is an American one. I just ended up with 2. Then, back to illusion, the Bicycle Ghost Mini. And then, I have another bicycle in green. This one has a standard tuck case design, instead of the body bag tuck case design. And also, green and red faces. Probably came out around the same time as that oil. And, finally, I have one more that does not have a tuck case. Anyway. That is it for my mini deck collection. Comment, like, subscribe, and know what you think. We'll see you next time. More. Thanks for watching.